Okay, so and that. Right. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome again, Lily. I greatly appreciate you um, giving up your time twice. uh, and so
My pleasure. We
I,
have glitches.
it was a major glitch. It did turn out that um, a lot of it was the OBS had done an update
Mhm.
and it wiped out all the settings. I mean, literally all the settings I had in. And then we had another glitch later in the afternoon when Ricardo very kindly came on. Um, and I think it was a Wi Fi glitch, so we had to kind of fix that up as well. So it's been a day with Claude, but I do thank you and um, for coming back on and everything. So,
And you're going to click record.
oh, thank you. I forgot about click
Yeah,
record.
we're not recording yet.
Thank you. Record. How are we doing?
Meeting is being recorded.
Meeting is being recorded. Thank you very much. Let's see whether um, we can do it. And that. So, shall we start again with the questions?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay. What started you on your YouTube journey and why did you create a YouTube channel?
So 2020 COVID got me started. So 2019, some of COVID started. Real estate pretty much shut down for showing clients in March of 2020. So here I am stuck in an apartment and I'm older and my family is so concerned and they're like, don't go out, don't be around people, better stay home. All right. So I'm not a fearful person, but I stayed home. And so I'm like, okay, what am I going to do now? So I had another coach that was helping us like every day, having us do push ups. He says, hey, let's keep doing activities. So one of them is exercise at home. So doing push ups every day. And we had to record it and send it in. Okay. And so I was doing that. And then he said, start doing little short snippets of recording because I said, I don't like to record, even though I have done it for open houses. So I started doing little short recordings, one, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, and so on. And then I saw an announcement by two real estate realtors out of Portland who had developed excellent channels that are called Living in a City and State. So they're in Portland, Oregon. They started it out there and had evaluated what attracts buyers that are moving to an area to contact us. What types of videos do it? He had done a lot of troubleshooting. So they had a 5-day course every night for 5 days for, I think it was $250. So I'm like, hey, learn YouTube. That's what I'm going to do. So I started learning YouTube during COVID, April of 2020 or March. And I learned everything that I needed to know: create a banner, create thumbnails, create titles, descriptions, SEO, keyword search, all that. However, I didn't know much about YouTube. So I just started doing it and creating the types of, the first 5 types of videos that they recommend. So that's how I got started on YouTube. And why did I decide to create a YouTube channel? To attract clients for my real estate business, because that's how I make money, by representing buyers or representing sellers. I preferred representing sellers at that time. And the YouTube channel was designed to attract people that were relocating to my city or in the surrounding suburbs, because San Antonio is 1.5 million. With suburbs, it's 2.5 million. So, and my radius is like 30 minutes from my home. So I started creating those first 5 videos, pros and cons about San Antonio, best suburbs to live in San Antonio, why move to San Antonio, why not move to San Antonio, San Antonio is military USA, and cost of living for San Antonio. So I did a lot of research and I created those videos, but I was loading them as I created them. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a strategy. So that's why I started the YouTube channel and why I decided to create that channel. And then later on, I created a second channel.
Fantastic. Welcome, Ricardo from Outdoor Kitchens Australia, and also NB Rider 1, who's saying hi, friends. And Ricardo is saying, hi, hello, Desley and Lillie. So they're on.
How come I don't see them?
I don't know, because I can see them. So thank you very much. Oh, it may be, I'm not sure, but they're certainly.
So if they say something on the chat, I'll see them then, right? But hey, MB Ryder and Ricardo, thanks for being here. It works for your time zone.
Yeah, thank you so much. So it's really.
Write something in the chat so I know you're here.
They did write. Ricardo wrote Outdoor Kitchens. What's he saying? And that's
okay, so I don't see his chat. Okay.
Oh, he's put a little hand in there. So hold on. So something's happened here. So yes. Oh. Okay. Right, hold on. My screen's going a little bit funny, but that's all right. It's showing all there. Now it's fine. Okay, our next question, Lillie. So you've had a very good, an interesting introduction into YouTube and everything, and through your real estate business and how you started with push-ups. Wow, I couldn't do a push-up if I tried.
Hey, I couldn't go down to the floor. I was doing halfway, right? And I was like 20 pounds less than I am now, because that was, 6 years ago, 6.5 years ago.
Yeah, so NB Ryder is saying, I'm here, Lillie, and Ricardo saying, yeah, 7:37 a.m. So kids and family is still asleep. So I'm coming to you from my phone.
All right. Welcome, guys.
And NB Ryder is saying it's 8:37 here. Is that 8:37 a.m. or p.m., NB Ryder?
PM, because he's in Canada.
Oh, you're in Canada. Right. Okay. PM, yes. And of all the YouTube educators out there in YouTube land, which YouTube educator resonated with you the most and why?
Well, at the beginning, it was these 2 young men, because that's who I learned almost everything that I know on getting my YouTube channel. I mean, their course was awesome. And so it was Jackson Wilkie and Jesse Dow from Portland, Oregon. But one of them moved to Houston, Jackson did, and Desley and Jesse Dow moved to Phoenix, Arizona, because a lot of things were happening in Portland, Oregon, and it was just really bad. So they both moved, but they're partners. One is excellent at business. Jackson is the creator and the one that tests what works on YouTube channels. And they have probably 13 channels in different states, different cities. So I was really impressed with them. They're the original creators of Living in City and State. So I followed them for quite a while as I was creating videos for Living in San Antonio, Texas, which I still have. I just do not create videos for. I've got 800 and something subscribers. So by October, so they were my #1 followers because I learned all the important things to get started.
Hmm.
And what was important on videos and on thumbnails, titles, and thumb. So this year, around March, I had a terrible cat bite, stepped on my cat, and he bit me, and it got terribly infected, ended up in the urgent care 4 different times. And so I ended up in bed for like 5 weeks, and I gave up coffee, gave up drinking, but I've gotten back to drinking some because I was also on antibiotics, right? So during that time, I'm like, oh my gosh. So I can't go out and show houses. I can't do a lot of business. I can refer my business in real estate. And so I started to think, okay, what should I do? I hadn't created videos for about 20 months because 2 years ago, my 3rd oldest brother had a stroke, and I went to Michigan to help him out. And that really changed my outlook some on life, that if we don't stay healthy or we get so stressed and upset, we can cause things like that. And I just got discouraged, and I don't know if it discouraged. I lost my motivation, for YouTube and for real estate. So I didn't do a whole lot. And I was just living on my Social Security and some savings. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't keep doing that forever. So around March, when I was in bed in April, then I found Rob the Maritimer on my feed, and I started to see him. And through him, I saw that he interviewed, or he talked about old Mike, old me living. So I started to see his channel. And then on there, he talked about, hey, you all should check out Alexis Saranoia. So I checked out Alexis Saranoia. And in May 1st, I started her 30-day challenge. So then I ended up joining her paid school community. And I'm also a member for Rob the Maritimer. So to say that I have one educator, I would say I don't. I have at least 2 educators that I follow almost daily or very regularly. And that's Rob the Maritimer and Alexis Saranoia's channels, and learning a lot from them because I needed to pivot my channel after talking to them, going from real estate exam prep to something else, because I had been doing YouTube live since October of 2020. And then I stopped. So I was monetized. I was getting up to $100 a month. I was growing it. Then I hired another coach and said, you need to focus on one thing. So then I decided to focus just on my real estate business. And I did really good for 2 years, but I lost my monetization. Oh. So I'm like, okay, so I lost the monetization, and I want to make this an online business, which was one of my goals since 2003 when I quit engineering and decided I want to have multiple streams of income. And I had 4 multiple streams of income back then. What I was missing was an online business. So after my cat bite, I started researching and decided it's time to start making money from my online YouTube channel. And that's where I'm at now. So I changed my YouTube channel from YouTube Agent Prep to Lillie Handy Dominguez, because I'm already branded worldwide as a realtor under Lillie Handy Dominguez. So I'm already known all over the place: Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, you name it, Twitter. I'm everywhere as Lillie Handy Dominguez. And I used to be Wild Lillie Handy. I was the wild child. I was the wild child, the youngest out of 7 and the only girl. And the license plate on my sports car said Wild Side. So YLD, which people thought, oh, yield sign?
Mhm.
No. You pronounce the letters YLD. It's wild.
Yeah.
And then science, right? So wild science, because I was an engineer. And so, that's where I pivoted my channel, and both Alexa and Rob both pivoted their existing channel. They didn't start new channels. And so I'm like, that's what I'm going to do. And I put all my real estate exam prep videos under 2 different playlists, one for students and one for existing realtors. So now I have new playlists under Lillie Handy Dominguez. I clarified my niche and my avatar.
Right. Well, that's a real journey and a half. And yes, I came across Rob the Maritimer last year, but also Mike Bayer from
Yeah,
Old Me Living, and he was the one who put me onto Alexa's Saranoya's school,
same here.
and
Mhm.
and I'll be interviewing both in the live in the upcoming weeks. So
Yeah,
Alexa,
that's awesome. Oh, you're interviewing old Mike also.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
And
Alexa.
not Rob the Maritimer
No,
yet. Yeah.
no.
No.
And
Okay.
Alexa is next week. Is the interview. Welcome, Jenny. She's joined the live. So thank you very much. And there's been a chat with uh, Ricardo, Jenny, and NB Ryder, or Devon. Is that right? Jenny calls you Devon
Right.
in the
Yeah,
chat.
I wish I could see them, but I don't. Okay, that's okay.
I think there might be a way that you could see them. I wonder if it's because we're on the app. Um, you can
That's okay. Let's just keep on going.
keep on going. I'll talk to
Yes.
you later about how we might be able to do it. Okay. Um, if you had to start a YouTube channel from scratch, what what are 1 or 2 strategies that you would do differently? Do you think?
I would definitely clarify my niche and know exactly what my avatar was
Mm-hmm.
or is.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, my avatar is who is my audience is 71 years old, because I'm 71 and older,
Mm-hmm.
and it can be younger.
Mm.
So individuals who want to build a YouTube channel, and my niche is to, what am I helping them with dealing with YouTube, or being 71 and starting over with YouTube, starting over with live, reinventing, transitioning from a career, retiring, relocating, so many things about starting over. So I would say, make sure you know your avatar. Who's your target? Who is your market? Who are the individuals that we're going to help? Because that's what it's all about. YouTube is we're going to help someone create content that has value to help someone out there, because we have a lot of knowledge to share. And to learn about YouTube, what the requirements are, what is expected, what it takes to get monetized if that's important to somebody. And research it some, learn from other mentors, from other creators in the same niche, and start practicing creating videos with the phone, and just start checking yourself out, because most people are afraid of recording themselves and listening to their voice and seeing themselves. They're like, oh my gosh, that's terrible, I look this and that. And I was one of those. Okay, I've stretched the envelope and I've gotten over it. I used to have my hair made up, my face, all that. And I bypass all that. I'll wear some lipstick, and I'm growing my hair, so I put it back. And I didn't like showing up like I am now.
Right.
Okay. And now I'm like, hey, I got used to it. You like me, fine. If you don't, that's okay too. And I see so many individuals being natural, and it's be yourself. That would be one of the major things, in addition to learning about YouTube, knowing your avatar and the niche, is be yourself.
Mm.
Tell your story. Someone needs to hear your story.
Mm.
We think, oh, who's going to want to listen to me? You'd be amazed. someone wants to listen to your story, and it'll be extremely valuable and helpful. That's why a lot of people go to counseling, right? Or therapy, things like that. Well, now they can learn from us on YouTube, because YouTube is an educational and entertainment channel. And those are the two top types of channels that do very well on YouTube.
Yes, and the thing about YouTube is, A, it's free to watch and everything, and to interact. Excuse me. Um, you can learn a lot. And the other thing is that you don't have to be perfect.
Correct.
And one of
Yes.
the things,
Forget about being perfect.
yeah,
Have a plan, have a strategy, be yourself, practice recording, and start uploading.
yeah, and I you always the first few videos are not going to be crash hot, but that's okay, and it's really important to understand um, that it is okay, because we learn as I say, if you can learn 1%, improve 1%, or even 0.5% with each video, you're still ahead.
Right.
And Jen is saying, free Desley, our favourite price. Absolutely, Jen.
Well, free, and free is for me.
Free is for me. Oh, I like that. Oh, I must take that. Ooh, I think I'll take that saying, if you don't mind, Lily.
Yeah, free is for me.
Free
Yes.
is for me. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing. Um, if you could give beginner creators one tip or strategy to help them on their YouTube channel, what would they be? What would it be?
Start creating videos on your phone, whether you have a channel or not,
Yeah.
so that you can get comfortable with it.
Yes.
And learn from other creators in the same niche. Learn from different creators. Don't go spending money to buy everything. Okay. Your phone, you don't even need a mic. However, if you have a small mic for $10, $15, a little, if you're going to record inside, a little ring light that'll cost you maybe $10, and then a tripod, so you can set it in front of you on your desk, in your kitchen or wherever. However, you don't need that. Most phones have a very good mic, a very good camera, and record by looking at the lens and not at looking at yourself, because the lens that's in front of the camera is very minor. It's very small. The lens on the back of the phone, like on my Samsung phone, it has 3 big lenses and then 2 little ones. My iPhone only has 1 big one and 1 little one. So chat said, no, record with your Samsung. It has better cameras. So start recording, start practicing. It's never too late or too early to start. Yes, you must be, I think, 16 years old to create your own channel. And however, there are people 95 years old creating channels.
Yes.
So the tip would be, start recording, and eventually, as soon as you can, create a plan, have a strategy.
Yes. And you're right. It doesn't have to cost. This mic, for example, came from Timu, Australia.
Yes, I have.
And
go ahead.
Well, actually, MB Ryder is saying I might get a new Samsung S26 Plus.
Oh, that's what I have. I love it.
Ah, okay.
I have the Samsung S26 and I love it.
Yeah.
I have an iPhone Air and it's okay. I'm just so much more comfortable as an engineer with the Android, because I like to organize.
I have a Samsung Galaxy A54, so it's a bit of an older one, but it does me, because I'm what you call a mobile klutz. Oh, there you go. That's your
So
tripod.
here's a simple tripod, okay?
Yeah.
That can cost you, $7 to $15. Okay,
Right.
and it has a what do you call it?
Like oh, you can move it backwards
So
and forwards.
yeah, though this one you can move it, horizontal, vertical, and you attach it on here. And I have another one that has lights on it. So
Right.
this one you can attach either phone horizontal, and we want to do it horizontal, right, for long form videos, or vertical for shorts.
Yeah.
And then it's a tripod. Do I really use this one a lot? I don't, because when I have it up real long, it's not real stable.
Right. Because of
So
the weight
I
of the
like to
phone.
use my octopus.
All right.
Okay, but it has a control here, a little remote where you can click, you can pair it with the phone,
Yeah.
and then click the phone to start. So you don't have to reach over to click the phone to start recording.
Oh, that's
So
a good
you
idea.
just, yeah, a little shutter. So I use my little shutters a lot. I have several of them
Yeah.
that are not attached to a tripod.
Mhm.
So I have like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tripods. A huge one that's real tall for outdoors. And then I was gifted a different one, little one like this, that has lights on it. Then I have this one. Then I have an octopus one. And then I have a more expensive one that like you can hook to a fence or somewhere else. It's very versatile. It's a little heavier, but then they start getting expensive. But this and your little mic, okay, this is an AC-son mic. So the lapel to attach to us, and then this gets connected to a phone. And on new phones, it's universal. It can connect to an Android or it can connect to an iPhone. And it's excellent. I will connect it to my phone and I'll walk around the house and the sound is awesome.
Right.
And I think this was $12, $15.
What's it called? What brand is it again, Lily? I'm sorry.
It's AC-son.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
A-
it's
A-
Lavalier. Asus
Yeah.
Lavalier
Yeah.
wireless microphone.
A wireless lavalier microphone brand, AC-son.
Oh, right. Okay.
AISIZON.
All right.
So I accidentally bought two. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
but
I
that's good though, because if one goes kaput, you've got the other one that you can quickly change to.
yeah. So that's the
Not
kind of
good
person I am. I like backups. So I have multiple. But the tripod that I use the most, it's in my car. It's an octopus
Right.
tripod, Adobe octopus, and it's real sturdy. It's not real tall.
Mm.
But I can wrap it to a tree. I can wrap it to a fence. I can wrap it on my hand. I can wrap it to my bike because it rolls and it curves. So all that and a little ring light, like for example, I have this little ring light that I attach to my shelf.
All right. Okay. Right.
And this I got on, gosh, what? I forget the website. So I think I paid like $10 for it.
Right.
Yeah. So I keep it above to give me a little bit extra light.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's USB connected. So, that equipment, $50. So for beginners, $50 or less.
Yeah. And it's like
Okay,
you don't
so
have to go out and spend a fortune, do you, on super duper cameras and super duper things you can really do quite well.
Yeah, don't do what Lily did. I know I went and bought a GoPro because that's what the two initial guys had. The GoPro and kit equipment. My daughter says, oh yeah, when Lily buys something, she's got to have the whole kit, the whole wham-boo, everything that goes along with it. I bought a bike and I've got to have everything. So anyway, don't do that. I have so much equipment that I don't use. I do use my GoPro, but not as much as I use my phone because they have advanced so much. The
Yeah.
cameras are excellent.
Mm.
And you can download it to your computer with USB connection or upload it to your, for me, I use Google a lot, Google Photos, or to your iPhone, or from there, upload it to YouTube and then, or to the editing software and start editing on your phone.
Yeah. So um, that's really really good suggestions, and as you say, it can be practical without costing the earth. And just going back to the chats and that, and talking about phones, NB Wright is saying he has a 23, an S23 Plus right now. So
Yeah,
I
I
agree with
love
that.
my S20, my Galaxy S26. I just upgraded like 4 or 5 months ago.
Right.
I had an old Note. I kept refusing to upgrade, but then certain things weren't working on it anymore, and the
Yes.
volume was, had a glitch, and I'm like, okay, it's time. I hate to make extra expenses after all these other equipment that I bought. And my nephews and nieces, you're an engineer and you got old crap. I'm like, it works.
Well, yeah. Why
If
replace
it's
it?
not broke,
Don't fix it.
don't fix it, right? Use your
Absolutely.
money for something else, like go on vacation, visit family, or go out with friends or whatever.
Absolutely. And sometimes you don't need the latest whiz bang thing. Or either middle of the road sometimes is actually cheaper and does the same job as long as it meets your needs. And that's the important, particularly with phones. Um, it has to meet your needs. And NB Wright is saying he has two GoPros and a Canon T7i SLR, and he hardly uses the other three. So
Yeah.
I remember talking about SLRs. I years ago was invited to uh, photograph a wedding, be a photographer for a wedding. And I thought, oh, I need a decent camera. So I went out to, we have a store here called Harvey Norman, who I call Hardly Normal. So, and that, and I bought a DSLR, and do you know what I found? I used it for that wedding, and I haven't really used it since, because I find gripping the with the round bit of the, how they have the little wide bit for that. I can't take the weight with my hand, um, and that's the thing. So here I have sitting in the cupboard. It's been there for over 16, 18 years, sitting in the cupboard, never been used except for that wedding. So
Yeah, and now you can sell them on uh gosh, I keep forgetting the gentleman, Keith, not Keith, Kevin Colby,
yes.
right? So he interviewed a gentleman that has a company where, content creators and equipment owners, they sell their equipment on his website.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes. And so he interviewed their friends, and he interviewed them and collabed on it. And the gentleman, the owner of that company, moved to Europe. Him and his wife, they sold their home, they sold everything, and they're like digital nomads. And he's still, operating his company. So he contacted Kevin Colby to get advice on his personal YouTube channel, not the one for his business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes, and I'll be interviewing Kevin Colby on the coming up in September as well. So I'm really excited about that. So which is really good. And
yeah.
NB Wright is saying, although I took a bunch of stills on my Newfoundland road trip, where's Newfoundland? And it made for a perfect way to round out my 4K videos. NB Wright, being an Aussie, where's Newfoundland? So I'll leave that there. So, but he might actually answer that. I'm I'm not really quite sure where Newfoundland is. So, and um, another question, Lily, getting a little bit back on track, and that is, how do you fit creating videos for your channel around your lifestyle of choice?
Well, I'm still working as a realtor, but I'm doing it part-time versus how I used to do it full-time when I quit doing videos. And I fit it in pretty good now because I can do, my business, during the day, and I'm not working like, 24/7 or from 9 to 5 or 8 to 5. In the real estate business, it's very flexible. So I can coordinate working with today I worked quite a few hours, so I wasn't able to get online and maybe help you with your OBS issue because we got a listing agreement for one of my clients' contracts. And so is Newfoundland in Canada? So anyway, sorry, I was researching researching it. Yeah, Newfoundland and Labrador in Canada.
Newfoundland
And
is
so
in
right now,
yeah.
right now it's working. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was just going to say, Emirata has said Newfoundland is the most eastern province in Canada, as it it's as close as you can get to Greenland from the continent. And
Oh,
he
okay.
did a 10-part YouTube series of his trip, and it was a bucket list trip. Ah, isn't it great when you fill out bucket lists and everything else like that? So, and welcome, Dr. Sandra. Dr. Sandra has joined us as well, so thank you. So going back to what you were saying,
So as I
Lily.
was saying, yes, okay. Where were we? How do I fit creating videos for my channel? Well, like now I can go out and do my walks, and I'll sit back and then I create a list of bullets and I'll create a video.
Right.
So a walk and talk video while I'm exercising, or I'll do some shorts. And instead of just remixing my existing videos, which I also do, Alexa says remixing is the lazy way. So create some from scratch, create some videos from scratch, and some shorts from scratch. And so that's what I also do when I'm out walking. And so my work and my YouTube business, I'm able to schedule my appointments in real estate if I have a certain schedule for YouTube. So it's balancing, for me, the two. So when I was doing 7 p.m., it was my lives at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. It actually worked good because by then I shut down my real estate business. I used to work till midnight, or later, and people would contact us. I eventually had to learn to set boundaries. And so I tell people, I turn my phone off at 6 or 7 o'clock. If it's a repeat client that I interact with a lot, I might say 7 p.m. So after that, I'll get to you the next day. So doing the 7 p.m. was working good. However, I was like, well, I was trying to attend other people's video, one of my investor mentor at 7 p.m. And I'm like, crap, that's late, man. I don't want to be doing, attending somebody else's webinar or seminar at 7 p.m. And then here I am doing it, right? So I reevaluated that. And right now I've changed it to like 12 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm going to experiment with 10 o'clock. When I do 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock, that interferes with part of my real estate business. So I am right now teeter-tottering now. It's like, okay, because like I missed a few appointments because I get alerts to go and show a house. Right now I'm acting more as a showing agent than representing a lot of sellers, which is a little bit more flexible. So as a showing agent, I'm a member of this one app and we get alerts. Are you available to go show this property? And we get paid per property. Or I should say I get paid per property. And so that's my Sidekick business in real estate. And I was getting some for 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Well, I can't go because some of them, it takes me an hour. It might take me 15 minutes. So I'm like thinking now, Okay, so YouTube isn't my full-time career. I have two, my real estate and my YouTube. So that's another reason why I'm also testing different hours. One, to see how I can accommodate the world, people that are attending, friends that I have met. They're not always going to be, but right now we're getting support from each other, right? So that we can get those 4,000 hours, right? Which is my goal. But if I don't, I will continue. So I moved it to 12 noon and I was doing every single day at 7 p.m. And that was actually working good. My channel was growing, my hours was growing, and now it slowed down when I went to 12 p.m. and I cut back to 1 or 2 days a week streaming. So I'm teeter-tottering right now, but it works out. I just need to decide, you know, am I going to do it in the morning, like around 10 or noon, and then cut my day for real estate opportunities to make money when I'm not making money on YouTube yet. So I may end up going back to 5 o'clock or 6 p.m. because that leaves me freer to go to these last minute appointments that I may need an hour or an hour and a half, including drive time. So that's another reason why I'm experimenting with times.
Yeah. And how about Dr. Sandra? I'll just hey, Dr. Sandra says, "Hey there, popping in to say hi." There.
Hey, Dr. Sandra.
I will go live at another time. I'm supporting you all here and learning your activities advice on YouTube, so that's really good. And Jen has, from Life with Gen X Values, has said, "Hi, Dr. Sandra." One of the questions I ask as a side to what you're saying is having part-time real estate, part-time YouTube, which is basically what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the part-time for you?
I'm sorry, where is the
Where's
part-time
the
for
part-time
me?
for you?
Oh, let me tell you.
Your
I
me
used to
time.
have a very stressful life and I was a workaholic. Go, 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 go. Lillie didn't know how to chill. Well, you know, ending up in the emergency room with stressed out body in my late 30s and then going through depression, getting on medication, and people telling me, "Lillie, chill out, man. You're going to break down. Lillie, chill out." So many people throughout my would tell me to chill out. And I'm like, guys, can't you leave me alone? Just let me be me. I like to focus on something and I love to work and I get focused and it's like I got blinders, okay? I don't visit friends. I don't go out. I focus on my computer, whatever I need to get accomplished. And when I was an investor, being a realtor, being an engineer, I become a workaholic. But then I break down and get sick. So I was forced to physically, if I didn't want to continue being sick, getting throat infections, getting flus, getting muscle relaxers at the hospital, going through massage therapy, going through visualization therapy, going through a spiritual counselor, and all in a period of 1 to 3 years because of my marriage, my engineering career, taking care of my mom who was aging and never knowing how to take care of a child because I don't have any newborn children, right? So my body was go, go, go. And now I don't like to get that stressed and push myself. So doing these two things, you know, they're kind of part-time. And so sometimes I do more YouTube because I want to grow it and make it a business. But I take time off for myself. I go walking. My cats love for me to go walking with them every day. We do 2 or 3 times. And sometimes I'm up at midnight walking my cats. So that's relaxation time for me. And so I do know how to relax now. And sometimes I think, shit, man, I've become a couch potato. All I do is relax, relax, relax. What happened to the busybody Lillie, man? I used to be so functional and such a go-getter and so overproductive, major type A. And I had to learn to back off. And I feel like I'm not as productive as I used to be. And that sometimes bothers me.
Mhm.
But it's like, let it go. I'm
Yeah.
71. I don't have anybody's pressure. I don't have a boss. It's all what I want to do and how I'm going to reach the goals or the wants that I have.
Yes, and I turned 70 in October, so and I'm gloriously retired, as I call it. You know what I mean?
Yes, I'm not retired. I was semi-retired at 55, but I had a hell of a lot more money back then. And I invested. I spent so much money on my health because insurance didn't cover it. And I traveled to Europe on vacation instead of doing engineering jobs. And I made some poor decisions on instead of leaving money in a life insurance or annuity or something, I didn't understand them very well. And when I ended up with all this money from the sale of our triple joint venture company and the divorce, we had a lot of assets. And when we're not used to having all that, it's like when they say that individuals that win the lottery, eventually they become poor again because we don't have the knowledge and the expertise to know what to do with that money. And we're going to have a lot of vultures coming after us when they hear the word, oh, they've got money. And that happened to me because I'm an open book, and people would say, don't talk about that. Don't talk about that. Don't tell people this. Don't tell people you've got money. Don't be such a giver. You're too much of a giver and you're helping others one-on-one. And so my money eventually dwindled, and I went from being a millionaire with my ex to not. Okay. And ended up, both of us went into foreclosure with our $1 million properties in Oregon when the market crashed, and he died. And I was like, okay, I'm going to move back to Texas from Oregon. So we go through life reaching for, what do they call it? The shiny object, because I've always been ambitious, driven, self-motivated, workaholic, and slowly growing and going up slowly like a goat, because that's my horoscope sign. I'm a goat and a horse in the Japanese sign. And I don't like somebody telling me, no, you can't do it. When I'm told, no, you can't do it, boy, you better watch out, because Lily's going to come after it. But that has changed some since I learned how bad it affected my health several times in my life. More than one bout of depression, and only having a career for 15 years in engineering. I don't have, when I moved back home, all of my brothers, except for two that were self-employed, have a very nice retirement, have their Social Security, and they have their 401k. Why? Because they work for the academia for 35, 40, 45 years. Plus, they all have spouses that also were making money. And I've been married and divorced 4 times. Not necessarily the best decisions or by choice, but that's what happened. So when we end up going on our own, when I went back home, it was depressing to see that they were all retired, everyone around my community, and they were great, having an excellent income. And here I was, overactive, investing, and I only had 15 years, and I took my retirement and I invested it in real estate, and I'm waiting for it to still come to fruition. So you might say, oh, so you have to work. In a way, yes, but I'm glad that I can, because I don't know what the heck I would be doing if I wasn't working, just sitting around doing nothing, wasting away. A lot of people start dying early. And that's just not my mode of operation. I've got to do something, accomplish something. That's how I grew up and was taught to be physically and financially productive and help those around us or our family, invest in our own family. So I have excellent role models that did very well financially. And one brother that became a multimillionaire, and he overworked and eventually the trucking business is really rough, and went through a divorce after 25 years. I was the first one in the family to get a divorce. Okay. So I have a tendency to break records. I have a tendency to break the mold of things that people don't do. All of a sudden, Lillie does. Or when they say you can't do this, Lillie breaks it and she does it. And, I've experienced that in my engineering career, and when we had our triple joint venture. And I was the first to do this. I was the first in my engineering classes. I was the first to get transferred from a beginning rotational program in engineering. They had never done that before. Well, I'm inquisitive. I want to find out. I look at options and I ask questions, tons and tons of questions. My brothers give me 5 questions to ask on our Sunday calls every Sunday. We've been doing it for like 30 years. Because I always, why not? Well, if you can do that, I can too. So and I'm satisfied. I'm happy with my life. It's not that I want more. It's I have the need to do something and be active physically, mentally, emotionally, and staying in shape so that I can live a lot longer. I want to see more of life, and I want to be one of those 95-year-olds, 100-year-olds, still doing YouTube or something else, and be adventurous and travel the world. I always wanted to be able to communicate with people all over the world, either poor or the very wealthy. So I learned a lot of different things that I could interact, because I was extremely shy, low self-esteem, insecure, didn't like to talk except to my immediate friends. And so I pushed myself to learn and get rid of having a Mexican accent, because, we dealt with prejudice because I'm part Mexican. And I would carry a dictionary with me to articulate the words, to be able to pronounce them correctly, and so that I could be respected for my brain. I never admired my looks. I'm like, well, you're going to respect me for my brain. And that's one reason I went into engineering versus my fashion merchandising degree, because I like to think and not reinvent the wheel. I'm not a creator. I like to take what is there, learn how it works, improve it, and help others utilize it and find solutions and solve problems. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, Desley. I'm all over the place.
You're more of an innovator rather than so you can take something and innovate and create something else out of it. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm not a creator in inventing things. My ex was. I can take something, I can see it, and a lot of times find a simpler way to use it, and not shortcuts that aren't good, but shorter ways to get to the same point from A to B, and still keeping the reliability, the good effect of it.
Right.
So I'm always finding different ways to do something, and I analyze things to find solutions where other people, can't do that, and break things apart. It's just something I did as a kid. I take things apart and I try to put them back together. I didn't invent things. I would just take them apart and put them back together and make sure all the pieces were back.
Yeah, and that's really good. And our last question, Lillie, is: do you have any other ideas, suggestions, and/or tips and strategies you feel is important for newbie creators to know about?
Well, I think I already mentioned some of that with the tips and strategies. I one important thing is, believe in yourself and do it. Ignore the naysayers, because they're all over the place. people that don't understand YouTube are going to say, what are you doing that for? Why? What do you expect to get out of it? And you're wasting your time. You're talking about your life. Well, that's something you want to do. Do what you want. Follow your dreams and aspirations. Don't let anyone in any field, in any part of your life, discourage you. There's enough people putting others down, and I dislike that so much. I like to help people, encourage them, inspire them, help them feel good about themselves, because we all need that. I needed it with multiple bouts of depression and dealing with being put down, even though I had an engineer degree, which electrical engineering is like the toughest engineering degree to get. And I made it through. But sometimes we don't believe in ourselves. We don't give ourselves credit. So when you don't believe in yourself, go look at your past and evaluate, what have I done? What have I accomplished? Where have I gone from point A to point B? And don't compare with everybody else. I used to do a lot of that, compare. And who do we compete with? Ourselves. Nobody else, but compete with ourselves. Compete with yourself. Listen to your heart. Listen to your mind. And if you need help getting guidance, then evaluate different people that are going to be honest, transparent, and sincere. Don't tell the whole world what your dreams are, because there's going to be those naysayers that don't have experience, don't understand, are envious or are jealous, that are going to tell you not to. And that happened to me a lot of times. So things that I wanted to do as a teenager, some of them I didn't get done until my mid 30s. You know, I wanted to fly a plane when I was a teenager, have a motorcycle, scuba dive. I wanted to do a lot of it, and my family said, no, you're crazy. You don't know what you're thinking of. You need to work, get a career, and be your own boss. That was the plan from my family. It says, get your career, you're the smart one, and then be your own boss. They never thought about Lillie getting married and having children, so I didn't know what that was. Okay, because I came through a very sheltered and protected environment. And I love my parents and my brothers, and I'm glad everything that I learned, because one big thing I learned is work ethic, to respect everyone and appreciate everything that we are given and that we learn from someone else. You know, respect anyone, any race, anywhere around the world. We're all human beings, and some of them have all our members. So, and if you're struggling with believing in yourself or trusting, hey, I went to counseling, I went to get help. And sometimes we think, well, no, man, I'm weak if I don't figure it out myself. That used to be me. I used to say, what are those students going to counselors and asking for help? Can't they figure it out themselves? No, I'm the dummy one. I didn't go ask for help. I didn't go to the counselors. We need to reach out and use the resources that are out. If we don't ask, we don't receive.
Yes,
So
thank you.
always ask on what you can do, and go back and take time for yourself, and follow through with your dreams, your passion, and what you want to do, even if it goes against the grain, against your parents, against your family, and talk to them about it. And if they don't listen, then talk to yourself and eventually get there. It could take you 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, 30 years to accomplish what you want. But we have all our life, as long as we keep taking care of ourselves and those around us.
Absolutely. And I think that's a really great note to end. Believe in yourself is so important. And if you, one of the strategies that I used to help believe in myself was to write I am on little cards.
Mm.
I
Yes,
am
right.
this,
Yes.
I am that. And I still have that jar or container. And every time I feel a bit You know, I can pull it out and say, "Oh, that's who I am." Ah, yes, you know, and that's a really good way. I want to,
Yes, I used to do that. And I learned to meditate, learn yoga when I was going through all those issues, and to forgive myself and
yes,
forgive all those around me.
yes,
Because everyone is hurting at some point or another. If they lash out to us,
yeah,
think about, oh, what are they going through? Because, oh my gosh, I had a temper. Woo! And
yes.
I used to lash out. I grew up in a yelling family, and to get heard from six brothers and my parents, sometimes I had to yell louder.
I want to thank our NB Rider One and Jen from Life uh, with Gen X Values, Dr. Sandra at Dr. Sandra East Dancel, also Ricardo, who had to go off to meetings from Australia's Kitchen, uh, Outdoor Kitchens Australia. Lily, but most of all, I really want to thank you for your time. We actually got through the live interview.
Yes, we did it. Awesome. This was great.
I wish to thank you. And check out Lily and her lives and everything. And I would also like to say, if you enjoy these interviews, please like and subscribe, or share the uh, share the video around and everything. But also, have a great day, have a great evening, be kind to one another, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye for now.